2025 is shaping to be an absolutely amazing year for MMOs, as it seems we're finally getting companies that want to make 10 out of 10 games once again. So today we're going to be going over 3 new MMOs you can look forward to going into 2025 that is very different from a brand new game we're seeing like Chrono Odyssey, with some already being on many people's minds with unique mechanics, and others recently announced with new and unseen features. But before we get into it, if you enjoy this type of content where we talk about gaming tips, news, and reviews, then don't forget to like and subscribe, as these videos take a long time to make, and let me know that you guys want to see more. Besides that, let's get into it.
Welcome to the immeasurable universe of Stars Reach.
First up on the list is a brand new MMO called Stars Reach that is currently doing their first Kickstarter. Stars Reach is a brand new MMO currently in development that's being created by the devs of Ultima Online and Star Wars Galaxies. We don't know a lot about this game as of the current date, but we do know this is kind of your classic sandbox MMO, where the players will be able to explore multiple planets, fight aliens, destroy worlds, and build their intergalactic bases. There also looks to be 3 different races that are humans, some sort of demonoids, and either cat people or beast folk, and it really gives the vibe of something like Star Citizen, but extremely dumbed down and cartoonish graphics. Something that's really cool is they're currently doing a Kickstarter for the game where they've laid out their overall goals for Stars Reach, while giving in-game incentives for helping them out. These incentives include new races to play, new building mechanics, more crafting options, and more player-to-player activities. I actually really like this because it doesn't feel like a just give us your money to make our game. It shows that every time they're donated to, they're able to add these things into the game because of the donations and money made. This is one that I'm definitely excited for, as there's a lot of good devs working to make Stars Reach, and I like the transparency behind what every cent and dollar is actually going into the game, instead of just having millions of dollars and you're like, wow, where did it all go? Next up on the list is Epitome.
Welcome to the Epitome system.
Epitome will probably be the first MMO to ever use AI-generated systems in their game. Once again, we don't know a lot about this, but we'll talk about what the devs say the game should be like. One of the first things they talk about when you visit their website is in real-time AI conversations. Now, we don't know how this is going to go, but apparently you will be able to physically talk to the AI and get an actual response back from the AI. If I had to guess how this would work, is in 2 different ways. Either players will have to like microphone in and it will kind of tell the AI what you said, or you will have to type out what you want to the AI. I think it's definitely a very interesting concept, but it's going to be very hard. It's going to be very, very, very hard, because AI can already give a response, but if they plan to add voice acting into the game, then it's going to be very hard to get a humanoid response. The next thing is real-life negotiating with AI merchants. So this goes hand in hand with the conversations with AI. Apparently, when you go to towns and you want to talk to a merchant, what you're going to be able to do is negotiate with them like you're a person in real life, essentially. So you can try to haggle them down on gold or haggle them down on silver or whatever the currency is. I honestly have no clue how this is going to work either. This sounds crazy to me, and I can't even fathom in my mind how this will work, because this sounds like something you would straight up read from like a book. But if they do pull this off, I think it will probably have the best NPC interaction out of any game ever created, which would definitely be really cool. Next up is AI companions that will apparently complete simple tasks for you while you're AFK. And I imagine it won't be able to like go clear a dungeon for you, but I imagine if you have a task like take a letter to this opposite town, then the companion would be able to do that for you while you're AFK, instead of having to kind of wait for you to come back, allowing you to constantly basically be able to play the game. And apparently these AI companions are supposed to be very, very realistic, where apparently they're supposed to adapt a kind of lifestyle and a way of speaking over time to your character, where it's almost supposed to be like an actual friend that you are playing with. That's how they state it in everything that they show on their website, is they want it to be where it's like you are talking to a friend in real life about how you are playing this game and you're doing stuff with other friends. Now, all that sounds pretty cool, and I think all that is very, very advanced. We have no clue if we're going to be getting this year, but they do say that they plan on releasing something on it, whether it's a beta test or the full game by the end of the year. But I imagine this one will probably get pushed back. AI-generated quests as well is something really big that they have been talking about. So AI-generated quests basically means if you go through the entire game and let's say you play as the hero, I guess how this is supposed to work is the AI will naturally generate more quests for you that are completely unique to your character. So that way, your quest might be like, go slay the Dragon King, but your boy will never get that quest because maybe he never did the same things that you did. Which, if this ends up working, it's definitely going to be really cool, right? I don't think anybody's going to deny that. This is just very, very, very ambitious for a game. And then there's apparently 5 different classes as of right now. It is a warrior, a ninja, a necromancer, a shaman, an elementalist, and they all look gender locked as of this current point in time, which is extremely outdated. We need to just like stop gender locking classes. Makes literally 0 sense unless it's lore accurate. Like if you had like a Valkyrie, I guess, then that would make sense. But for simple stuff like ninja, necromancer, there's literally just no need to continuously gender lock them. It's just weird. Something that is pretty cool about the game, and I think a lot of people will probably like this, is the combat is very similar to Black Desert Online, or one of the brand new games that we're seeing like Chrono Odyssey, where it's very flow-like, and it's just very like in-your-face, flashy action combat. You know, something that's very new-gen that a lot of people are starting to enjoy. Overall, Epitome, I have absolutely no clue how this game is going to work. I think AI is a very interesting thing, but I think it's very scary at the same time, because I could imagine this game working 10 out of 10 and being the next big game, right? If you like just think about it for a couple seconds, you'd be like, man, if I could negotiate with merchants, the world was ever changing with this AI, it's all like procedurally generated, then it's like, okay, well, that's pretty cool, but that's very, very ambitious for an MMO. So I don't know realistically how they could even release a beta of this in 2025. But it's what they're saying, is they're shooting for something to happen in 2025. But we're gonna have to obviously wait and see. Finally, we have CorePunk. CorePunk is a very interesting MMO. It combines MMO features with MOBAs and ARPGs, giving players this kind of weird top-down view, very similar to a game like Baldur's Gate 3, where the players will slowly discover the entire map to get rid of this massive fog of war that covers basically everything. This honestly, to me, feels like a very old MMO when I just like look at it or when I see any gameplay of it. Not only that, but the graphics feel like a mixture of Borderlands and something we would see in maybe like the old Dungeon Defenders games, and a little bit of League of Legends as well. You can kind of tell a lot of their inspiration definitely came from League of Legends. But the main thing with CorePunk is it's just a classic MMO experience where you explore the map through this top-down view that's very, very similar to League of Legends, and you get loot, you get gear, you customize your character. Honestly, I didn't really find anything insanely wrong with CorePunk. Now, the game is still in early access, so I'm sure there's some bugs or maybe some content that will definitely be added or removed later on. But as of right now, it's a very unique style for a MMO, but I think it's also insanely smart because of how big games like League of Legends players are, And if people are fans of top downs, they might check it out for both of those reasons, not it only just being a MMO. There is currently, from my understanding, a few different classes in the game, and that is Mercenary, Pain Reaper, Warmonger, Bomber, Champion, and Paladin. But apparently they are adding more and more classes on the daily. Now, my notes are wrong here because I figured this out last night. So before, everything was gender locked, but as time has gone on, they've stopped gender locking, so they'll make the same class, but they'll make a male and a female version of it, allowing players to have a more diversity in their overall customization and what their characters look like. I will say one of the really cool things about this is they do have a multi-classing system, which basically allows you to play like a base class of warrior and take assassin features at the same time. I don't really know 100% how this works, as I haven't delved super deep into the game. I, haven't reviewed the game or anything like that. But from what I've seen, it's very in-depth with the builds that you can make and the customization that you can really put into your character, making it where your character is more just like your race. You can really customize it to play the game the exact way that you desire. As of right now, if you go to CorePunk's website, you can actually buy the game anywhere from $40 to $75 and play the early access, and there's a lot of players already doing this that say the game is really, really good, but it doesn't technically officially release until the end of 2025. I think CorePunk as a whole will probably be one of the next big MMOs, as there's already a really die-hard player base to the game, and when they officially release it, I can just imagine how much marketing they're going to put behind the full release of the game to just boost it a little bit more out there. And we'll probably even do a review on CorePunk at some time in the future on this channel. One thing that's kind of interesting is the devs say they have unique visual styles. Yeah, CorePunk just looks like an overall cool game. I'd definitely go check it out if you are interested in kind of that MOBA look with just very classic MMO feeling. It's the top 3 MMOs to look forward to in 2025. That is not only following the basic MMO model, but that is doing something new and unique as well. So let's hope one of these or all become one of the big new MMOs in the future, especially because every single one in this video is really unique in their own way, from the space building sim to the fully AI generated like world and structures, to CorePunk being basically one of the first very successful MOBA MMOs. Leave in the comments below what your favorite MMO mechanic ever created was, and I'll make sure to like the comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this in the future. Hope you enjoyed. Have a wonderful day. Peace.